What's up, guys? Welcome to the MOACAC. Let's see here. Welcome to the MOACAC Virtual College Exploration. This is for all Missouri students. So it's sponsored by the Missouri Association for College Admissions Counseling and StriveScan. So thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use a Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to the presenters at any point in time. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so panelists cannot see or hear you, but you can hear and see them. But this is one of the many different sessions happening. I know there's a ton of sessions out there, so just make sure to check out the full schedule at moacac.org. And this presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week on the same exact website, so moacac.org. I'd like to turn it over to our presenters now.
Great, thank you so much. And thank you for joining in to learn more about Indiana State. I'm gonna run through some beautiful pictures about our campus and hope you guys enjoy. All right, so the first picture that you see here, I'm sorry, one second. Make that full screen. So this is the central part of campus. It's our fountain, and you're thinking, man, that's beautiful. It is beautiful, even more beautiful in real life. You are definitely going to notice that our pictures look awesome, and that is true to campus. So if you were there, you would notice this in real life. You'll also notice that you see a lot of blue at our campus. Blue represents a lot of things to us at Indiana State, but one thing is our diversity. We are the most diverse school in the state of Indiana. We are super proud of that fact. So a few quick facts about Indiana State. You'll see we're a fairly old school, established in 1865, started as a teacher's college, and we're the Fighting Teachers, but we have since upgraded. Now we are Sycamore Sam. We sit on 435 acres. I know that doesn't mean a lot because we're sitting watching this presentation, but what that translates to your feet is a 15-minute walk from the north side of campus to the south, from the east to the west. This year, our total enrollment is just a little under 11,000 students, but you won't run into 11,000 students on our campus. That number includes our online students and our grad students. So if you're looking for a small to medium-sized campus, we are a great school to consider. In fact, about 80% of our classes are taught by full-time faculty too. We do have just a little over 1,000 members in our Honors College, and I'll talk about the Honors College a little more as we go along. So here's where we sit on the map. We are about 3 hours from St. Louis, but just an easy drive up I-70. We're about 1 hour and 10 minutes from the airport in St. Louis, and then about, in Indianapolis, about 1 hour, 10 minutes from the airport in Indianapolis, and about 3 hours from Chicago. We do have over 100 majors and 90 minors, and all of those majors and minors live in one of 5 academic colleges. Sorry, got a little click happy. Our 5 academic colleges are Health and Human Services, College of Technology, the Bi College of Ed, Scott College of Business, and the College of Arts and Sciences. So these next few pictures will highlight a few majors that we have on campus. So of course, we have aviation, we have a pilot program, which is professional aviation flight and technology. We have unmanned systems. We're one of 8 schools to have that program. We have an engineering major, which is newer to campus. Outside of the engineering major, we have 11 engineering technology programs. Cyber criminology lives in our School of Criminology and Criminal Justice, which is criminology and criminal justice is one of our largest majors on campus. Communication sciences and disorder is the same as speech language pathology. Nursing, of course, is an ever popular major, but disclaimer, students coming from Missouri aren't eligible for all scholarships going into the nursing major, and I'll talk more about that as we go along. Unmanned systems, which I mentioned before. African and African American studies is one of our oldest majors on campus. Ed, we love our teachers. Marketing and business, And then rec and sport management, we have a couple of programs in the kinesiology department that are like really popular and send students out into a wide variety of jobs. You also get to see there our rec center, which is just a beautiful place on campus. So the Honors College, I want to say this really quickly. We have a phenomenal Honors College, but we also are super proud of all of our academic programs. So if you don't join the Honors College, you will have a phenomenal experience at Indiana State outside of the Honors College. Being in the Honors College just flavors your college experience a little bit differently. So don't hear that one way is better than the other way. Honors College is naturally for high achieving students. They have a GPA, a graduating GPA of 3.7 from high school. It does waive some foundational studies, and in their place you take Honors College classes. So don't think that being a part of the Honors College would make you be at ISU beyond 4 years if your plan is to stay with a 4-year graduation rate. Certainly you can ask more questions about this as we move along. Okay, so ways we support our students on campus. One, with the Career Center. We employ approximately 2,000 students every year on our campus. Another way that our students are really supported is by our faculty in the classroom and outside of the classroom as well. Of course, we have free tutoring for you all, as well as the Math and Writing Center, which is ever available to all of our students. We do have over 250 student organizations for students to get involved with, from student service to Greek life, student government. I'm blanking on more, but just tons of opportunity. Intramurals. For students who are interested in watching sports, we are a Division I school, and all of those events are free for our students to attend with their student ID. And then clearly we're going to feed you well. Look at that yummy muffin over there on the left. So this is kind of a weird slide, but I do want to mention it because we think this is a perk to students who are able to do this while in college. But study abroad. We go to over 60 countries, over 350 different programs. You can go abroad for a full year, for a semester, or for a short-term faculty-led trip, and we would love to chat with you more about how to make that happen as soon as we're able to travel internationally again. We'll bring it back stateside though and talk about like what life is like in our res halls. So you'll see inside our res halls here. The top left picture is the furniture that comes pretty standard in every res hall, as well as the bottom right picture. Most of the halls have common meeting space, and that is represented with a picture on the top right and the bottom middle. And then the bottom left is an entryway into one of the res halls. They really do look that snazzy. It is not a bad place to live at all. So this picture in the middle on the right is kind of a tease. It's upperclassmen housing. So if you're like, that place looks awesome, it is, and you can live there as upperclassmen. So just a tiny bit about Terre Haute. Our city is about 60,000 in population, so a good medium-sized city, and the campus sits 1 block off of downtown. Our city does a great job of keeping events going on year-round. Even right now during COVID, restaurants have started setting up, they block off the streets on Friday night, and restaurants set up on the streets so folks can go and enjoy a meal outside and be socially distant from each other. So it's a really convenient way to get off campus when that day comes and you just need a break. But our campus does a great job of keeping students busy with different things on campus, bingo and events that come. I naively thought I would have to leave Terre Haute for everything coming from a larger town, and I haven't left Terre Haute for one thing that I've needed. So it quickly became home for me. Okay, so we're starting to land this plane. Y'all are doing a great job hanging in there with me. How do you become an Indiana State student? Well, first you apply on our website, and you can apply for free if you are a high school senior until October 1st. We are not on the Common App, so you do have to apply on our website, but it's a fairly easy, straightforward application. We're just asking questions about you. No essay, no test scores are needed. You have the opportunity to self-report your GPA, and if your GPA is a 3.0 or higher, you'll find out in about 48 hours your admission decision. We do admit GPAs of 2.5 and higher, but we need to see a transcript for GPAs under a 3.0 to be able to award admission. Heads up, we're going to need a transcript anyway, so if you apply, or I should say when you apply to Indiana State, my next step would be go ahead and request to get an official transcript sent in to us. Okay. What does it cost to go to Indiana State? So we'll start at the very bottom blue line, the dark blue line. Our out-of-state students are paying $20,294, includes a basic meal plan, and we have a mandatory rec fee of $200. So we're looking at a total of $31,000. However, we have ways to get that cost down. You'll see the middle line is Interstate Scholars. That is a Midwest consortium, which is reduced tuition. So if you have a GPA of 2.5 or higher, you automatically qualify for this reduced tuition rate right here. That reduced tuition will be offered to you up to a total of 5 years. And then we also have the Midwest Achievement Scholarship. So if your GPA is 3.0 or higher, that's a $2,000 scholarship that we'd add to you, and you guys are looking basically at in-state tuition at that point in time. All right, so other ways to get our costs down, scholarships. We award $16 million annually in scholarships. Some of these opportunities are automatic merit-based. They start at a GPA of 3.25 and go up. So 3.25 is a $1,000 scholarship. A 3.5 scholarship and up is a $2,500 scholarship per year. And then our top scholarships are tiered, if you will. So I'm going to break those down just a little bit differently. There are 3 criteria for our top scholarships. One is a GPA of 3.8. The second criteria is the test score of 1270 on the SAT or 27 on the ACT. And the last is top 10% in your class. So if you are 2 of those 3 criteria, you are eligible for the top scholarships. The first being a $3,000 merit-based scholarship. But you also are eligible to apply for our President's Scholarship, which is our top scholarship, full tuition and full housing. We award 18 of those annually. And by interviewing for that scholarship, we move you up from $3,000 to $6,000. So a great deal. If that's you, check it out. And then other places to look for scholarships. Once you're an admitted student, you can make a general application in the branch, which if you go to our scholarships page today, you'll see the branch immediately. And that's where all of our foundation money lives. So by making a general application in the branch, you're auto applying to most opportunities there. Okay, and just a quick little run through of like what to do if you're interested in Indiana State. Of course, apply today. 2, you can schedule visits with us. Our campus is open for in-person visits. We'd love to have you. We do have a COVID screening that our guests go through so that everyone on campus is safe to interact with other guests and our staff there. We also have virtual visit opportunities. We have academic appointments that you can do virtually, so you can meet with someone in the academic area that you are interested in. Of course, FAFSA opens on October 1st. Don't forget about the branch that I mentioned. And then lastly, how you declare you want to become an Indiana State student. On December 1st, we open up our enrollment deposit. So that is $100. Once you decide you're ready to come to Indiana State, you pay that $100, and then we keep you informed of all that you need to do after that point in time. Okay, that was a whole lot of information. I think we are ready to go to next. Is that right, Regina?
That is correct. And it's funny because there's 3 Reginas on here. You want to speak down a bit? But really, we have 4 great students on. That's what that is. And I think Mika. There she is. Hello. So once again, before we get started in our next portion of our presentation, our student panel, we would like to encourage anyone who has questions about anything Indiana State related to please toss those in the question and answer, the chat area, and we'd be happy to answer those. But what we'll do is we will transition into our student panel to provide a student perspective on Indiana State. So before we get started on some questions, how about we introduce everyone who's here? And we'll start with our folks who are on campus with us. Holly, how about you start us out?
I'm Holly. I am a sophomore music education major here.
Yeah. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Wabash, Indiana, so about 3 hours away from campus.
My name is Cameron. I'm a senior here. I'm a computer science major, and I actually live here in Terre Haute, so I've been around the college for pretty much all my life.
Annika, how about you go next? You're muted.
Okay, am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Annika. I'm a sophomore here on campus. I'm currently trying to decide my major in business right now. I'm not from here at all. I'm about 2.5 to 3 hours north, near Valparaiso, if you know where that is. So yeah.
My name is Mika. I am a sophomore here at ISU. I am majoring in biology with double minors in criminology and forensic sciences. And I am from Indianapolis, Indiana, about an hour and a half away. So yeah.
Wonderful. So how about we start off with the hardest question that you probably will ever get is why did you come to Indiana State? How did we get on your list? Feel free to jump in, whoever wants to go first.
I guess I'll start. Part of it is because I live here, so it was just really convenient because, I was able to live at home and save a lot of money on housing. But also, one of my brothers graduated from here, so I had him to help me sort of understand the process of transitioning from high school to college and what, like, the steps I needed to take to get in, basically.
Okay, I chose Indiana State because I came to campus for a visit and I got to meet with all of the people who are now my teachers and my professors, and I really, really enjoyed getting to know them and seeing what they were all about and what they wanted to teach us. And I really liked the environment here, and didn't hurt that Indiana State gave me a lot of scholarship money.
My brother and my sister actually went here before I came here, so over the years it kind of became home a little bit easier than I thought college would be. I came here because it was actually farther away from home, so I wouldn't go home every weekend. That way I could just kind of immerse myself in the culture here on campus, meet a lot of friends, make some lifelong friends, and same with Holly. It didn't hurt that they gave me some pretty good scholarships.
So my main reason going to Indiana State was kind of similar to Holly. And Annika. I actually got the Center for Leadership Development tuition-based scholarship, and I received that. And after receiving financial aid and everything like that, I didn't really have to pay so much to go here, and so I was able to actually graduate debt-free. So my parents are actually very generous in paying for college. So yeah, but I also love the crime lab that we have. So I initially was a criminology major, and then I kind of turned it into a minor a little bit, but I'm still involved with the community. I'm still involved with some of the professors within the department and everything like that. And I just think our criminology program is just one of the best ones that we could ever offer. So yeah.
Well, thank you all. So, understanding how you got here, what if we can talk about where you're going? I know we told us all your majors. So, what do you want to do with your program when you graduate? What do you want to do after college?
After college, I'm hoping to go straight into a career field. I have electronics and mathematics minors, which really helped my computer science major. So I think I'll be able to cast a wide net as far as employers go?
I'm hoping to be a choir teacher in either the junior high area or maybe going into elementary music ed. And with Indiana State, job placement is almost 100% for the music ed people altogether. So where I'm going after college is basically immediately into a job, and so that's a cool thing.
My plan so far right now is to go into pharmaceutical sales or to go into treasury management in a bank. It's really helpful being part of in the networks program. I get all the good alum that connect with me, and also all the professors on campus too. Even my Com 101 professor reaches out to me about internship opportunities. So trying to get my foot in the door right now. Wish me luck. So it's great about having such a small campus too. The professors are more one-on-one with you and actually are invested in your life, which is another great plus too.
So I'm still trying to figure that out. I think one option for me is going to pre-physician assistant school after graduation to become a PA. Another option is going to grad school and getting my master's in toxicology and being more into forensic sciences. So yeah, I'm still working on that, but I'll let you know.
Nice. We will await your decision. Well, great. So we mentioned faculty involvement. Maybe y'all can tell us what your favorite class is and why that's so high on your list.
Ooh, for me, it would definitely have to be a lot of the earlier, like 100 and 200 level electronics courses, specifically because of Oscar Enriquez. He is just like one of the best professors I've ever had in like all of education. He's so much fun, but he also makes learning enjoyable. So it's not like you come away just having goofed off for a semester. You learn a whole lot in a short period of time, but it's really enjoyable with him around. And I think that's the case in a lot of other departments too. I've had really great computer science teachers as well, and math teachers. Math teachers are super fun.
My favorite class right now would be my intro to music ed course. Typical, I know. But the reason that's it is because my professor is amazing, and she's letting us get hands-on experience of like what our actual degree will be putting us into, and we're getting to truly see for the first time what we're actually about to step into. And it's just a really cool class, and I enjoy it so much.
Going back to my first point, probably my Com 101 class. I love that class so much just because basically it was a class all about how to learn how to talk to other people and how to make connections. Basically, my major is talking to other people. My dream job would be talking to somebody new every single day. So that was one of my favorite classes. But another one is my Biz Stats 205 class. I was one of the other intro classes I took. One of my professors, I take her every chance I can. She's super sweet. She didn't like the course when she went through college, so she decided to teach it. That way she could do a better job than what she had when she went through college a while ago. So it's nice that they come back just to do better than what they had.
My favorite class would probably be my African American Studies class with Reverend Clark. I'm just enjoying it so much right now. It has nothing to pertain to my major or anything. It's just a really fun class. He's a really goofy guy. And obviously, like, there's a lot of serious stuff that goes on in our classroom, but he always kind of like lightens the mood up a little bit and just kind of educate you about like the history of African American culture and everything like that. So I've enjoyed learning about like my heritage and where I came from, and kind of just learning more about like what all I've experienced as a Black individual. And so I couldn't be more grateful, and I'm just happy that he's actually my teacher. So yeah.
Very nice. So for my students who are from far away, the folks who are listening in today are in Missouri. So if they choose Indiana State as their school, they'll be coming a little bit of a distance away. Could you maybe talk about that transition and, you know, how you were able to make Indiana State feel like home for you?
I can go ahead and start. Making Indiana State home was pretty easy. My freshman year, my brother and my sister's advice always was keep your dorm open whenever you're there. That way somebody could pass by, say hi, always hang out, go outside your comfort zone. I literally went to Zumba class with my friends. I can't dance with anything, but it was just a way to make friends, go to all the involvement fairs. The first like 3 weeks of school, I did not get homesick at all. And then I realized once classes started and everything, I got a little stressed and everything. I got a little homesick, but at the same time, I didn't want to go home because I was just having so much fun with the new friends that I made. So it's all about like getting outside your comfort zone, just because home is a while away. You could always call them, but the drive's a little long, so.
So I actually got to move in freshman year a week earlier than most people. Because I joined the marching Sycamores, but hey, if you're interested in marching band, join. Anyways, so I spent a week with other people in my major and just people who love music, and I made a lot of great friendships that like, these people are still my best friends to this day. And just like getting to spend time getting to know other people on campus really like helped make it feel like home, and it was a cool opportunity.
Now, Cameron, I know that you're local.
Mhm.
So for folks who are coming into Terre Haute, what advice or what maybe place in Terre Haute do you enjoy that you think would help them feel like they're at home?
Ooh, that's kind of tough because I'm not really much of a social butterfly myself. So I pretty much like when I'm not on campus, I'm just at home or with friends. But I guess if I had to give a recommendation, we do have a lot of like really good places to eat here. Particularly Footer's Pizza. I'll shill for them any day because they make great stuff.
Nice. Wonderful. Well, and I think you all have talked a little bit about, getting involved and being active on campus. With COVID going on right now, that's been a little bit tough. So could you share with our folks here how, this year has been so far for you?
Well, as far as classes go, it has been a little bit different. All of mine, I've been in person, but there's been people like it's been half the classes in person, half the class is on Zoom, and it has been a little weird getting used to that because professors have to take the time to basically like ask the class and then ask the people online or like make sure that they're recording their meeting properly or streaming it. And other than that, it hasn't been too terribly different. The homework situation is a bit different. They've been sort of piling it on early, but that's okay. It's just a small difference to make up for lost time.
I kind of have to agree. It's a little difficult. It's kind of challenging. For me personally, I think with the hybrid classes, those are a little bit confusing, and not having to go every single class period. So, for example, I have a hybrid class that meets Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but we only go on Wednesday, or at least like my group goes on Wednesday, the other group goes on Friday, and then Monday is just like a Zoom lecture or watch a video or something like that. I think the most challenging thing for me personally, or what like challenging class, would be my labs. So since I'm a science student, I have lecture and a lab for each science course, and one of my labs meets once a week, but I go every other week. So this past Tuesday, I didn't go to class, but I will go to class next Tuesday. So it's just kind of confusing and like keeping track of what day you're supposed to go or like what week you're supposed to go to class, if that makes sense. So I think that's probably the most challenging thing, is just trying to like keep up with that type of stuff. So.
Something I've noticed is different is we can't really stick around after class anymore to ask our professors any questions that we may have, but that hasn't stopped them from being accessible. Like, the tutors and our professors are available to meet via phone call or Zoom now, which is super cool that they're making themselves available in that way. But it's just a little different that we're not really allowed to hang around very much and gather and socialize really in the classrooms, because we have to give them time to air out before the next class comes in. And so that's one of the bigger changes that I'm seeing.
I mean, I'd have to agree with like everything that they've said. Like the hybrid classes are a little bit more weird to me just because I am a social butterfly. I always like to be with people. Going around campus though, I still always see my friends, can always say hi, go get George's with them or go to the dining hall. So it's not super weird or crazy. It is kind of nice though, the hybrid classes at the same time, just because I do get to just sit in my room and chill out by myself, which I never take time for myself. So, and like still getting to see everybody on campus, it's like a little bit of both sides that you can get. But definitely the hybrid classes is a little bit more weird this year. And I know that campus, there's still events going on campus that you can go to just like on a smaller scale than what they used to be. So there's still ways to meet people and get involved.
And with that, like, I know we both talked, like, we all talked about kind of like the challenges of it, but like I kind of want to be like a little bit brighter about the situation. I know there's like nothing like good about COVID or anything, but one thing I will say that like I didn't see my freshman year that I'm starting to see now is just a lot of people hanging outside, like being with their friends out by the fountain, kind of really giving you that college feel of just people kind of obviously gathering, but in a safe way. And so it's just like really nice to actually see people come out and enjoy. It kind of makes you feel like you're really at a college campus. You guys are kind of more united now than ever. And I personally, I love seeing people kind of be surrounded by people that care about them, that they love, and just eating and you're studying or doing whatever. So that's just really nice. But yeah.
Agreed. So you all work on campus. For Annika, Mika, and Holly, they work as tour guides, and Cameron works in our processing area. Can you talk about working on campus as well as being a student on campus? Like, how do you juggle that? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Tell us the truth.
Honestly, the Welcome Center has been really accommodating as far as like my class schedule goes. I can pretty much determine my own hours, just come in whenever, leave, when I'm finished with whatever there is to be done. Honestly, I don't really have any complaints. The people here are all great, and they
Yay!
and they taught me how to take care of stuff, and over the course, because I've worked here for like my entire duration at ISU, so I've slowly gotten more and more responsibilities. So it really feels nice to be like, I guess, part of the team, sort of. The only complaint, if any, is that it's been hard to come by hours lately. There's just not enough work to do.
Yeah.
I personally love working here on campus because I have a very busy class schedule. But working an on-campus job basically means I can fit shifts in at work that last like 50 minutes or something in between my classes. And so I'm able to work and go to class. And I don't think I'd really be able to have much of a job if I wasn't working here on campus. So this is a great opportunity for me, and I love it a lot.
I personally love working on campus. Obviously, being a tour guide, I get to talk all the time, so I love it. And I love everybody that I work with, just because we do have like a lot of fun in the back office. And I do have a second job on campus. I work at the marketing center, so I basically just transfer phone calls, fill out orders. And when I'm not doing that, I get to do my homework. So it is pretty nice. Most of the jobs on campus, you get to do your homework at if you're not busy or they don't have anything for you to do. So you get paid to do your homework, which is really nice. And anybody that you work for on campus always has school first. Like, your academics always come first, so that if you're ever worried about something, you just go to them and you like explain what your problem is or whatnot, and they're gonna like help you out, try to figure out what you can do, or if you need to cut back on hours, or because I have a 15 credit hours this semester and I work about 20 hours a week, so it is a little bit loaded, but being able to do homework at work and having such great employers does help. So, and being able to fit it in your schedule, like Holly said, I go like from work to class, back to work, back to class. Like you'll see me bouncing around campus all day, but it's worth it.
I personally love working at the Welcome Center. And yes, Regina, I do love working at the Welcome Center. I feel like I almost basically live there, especially this semester, just because I do work a lot of hours. I love it. I feel like we are such a close, like, knit fit, intimate group, especially for us students and being close with our employers. I feel like I can go to Wyatt or Regina with just about like anything. And I do go to Regina about like a lot of things, and she kind of like just laughs and teases at me. And I kind of need it, you know, I need that like figure in my life. So I'm happy that I'm at the Welcome Center. I find it a little challenging at times, but I'm always able to balance school and work. I try to make my schedule as even as possible, meaning like if I have classes in the mornings, I'd rather work in like the afternoons. Like Annika, she can go back and forth. Me personally, I rather just have all my classes first and then go to work. Or this semester, I typically have a lot of afternoon classes, so I work in the mornings. So I kind of just want to be like one and done with one shift for the day. But I understand going back and forth and just having multiple shifts, which, you know, we love because we love tour guides. But I love being a tour guide. I love giving people information. I always have a lot of my friends, like I'll see them on campus and they'll say hi, and they'll kind of jump in my tour a little bit, you know, give off their perspective. And you know, I feel like the parents love it too, because then it's not just me and, you know, them thinking that I'm like biased, that I have to say something. But it's honestly the truth. I love my job, and I honestly, I don't think I could have asked for a better job on campus.
Now, you all are very busy. You have class, you go to work, but then I also know that you're involved with things. So maybe chat about what you're currently involved in and why you love it.
I'm blanking on everything I'm involved in, but I'm involved in a little bit of things. I am a part of the Marching Sycamores, and I'm this assistant uniform manager for that, so I have a little bit of job responsibility there. I joined a sorority, Sigma Alpha Iota, and so I get to be a member there and get to be involved with all of our fun things that we do there. And I'm attempting to join a NAFME chapter, which is a National Music Educators Networking System. So I'm about to join that, but I haven't yet, among other things. So it's like fun to get involved, especially with things that you care about, because it just makes college a lot more fun.
I've been involved with a couple of things here at ISU. When I first joined, I joined the Quidditch Club, which is, as it turns out, is a real sport, and it's very tiring, but it was fun. I got to make a lot of friends, and it kind of carried me through my first couple semesters. And then after that, I joined the Smash Club, which, you know, if you enjoy video games, you know, there's something for you here as well.
I'm trying to remember what I'm involved in right now. So, right, I'm involved in a sorority right now. I do hold a leadership position in it. I'm also heavily involved in my scholarships. I am an honors scholar here, so I'm involved in the Honors College and then Networks Professional Development Program, which is a business scholarship. I just got off of a seminar meeting right before this. Student Philanthropy Group, I just joined this year. The Insurance Club, I'm joining a business fraternity, which is just like an insurance group fraternity. And then last year I was involved in State DM on campus. So that was all really fun. Got to meet some great people. I do need to tone it back a little bit. I am a little too busy right now, stretching myself a little thin. That's another thing. Don't get too over involved because you never have time for yourself.
So I had everything and then I kind of like lost it. I wasn't all that involved my freshman year, and that was just because I had prior engagements with a lot of my scholarships and everything. So I like have classes, I'd have seminars and stuff like that. So I wasn't really able to do a whole lot my freshman year. I was kind of upset about that. But sophomore year, I am in honors college. I am in pre-physician assistant. I am in the National Society of Leadership and Success. I am obviously a tour guide, so I work in admissions. And I don't know, I was on the homecoming committee, but that was kind of a bust just because of COVID, so that sucked. I was really looking forward to that. And I think that's pretty much it, so I can't think of anything else.
Well, perfect timing because we are getting close. But before we call it a night, I would love if you all would share one piece of advice you would give to all of our potential incoming students.
You're going to get a student email. You should keep that open and you should keep it pinned in your browser at all times because it will save you a lot of hassle. It'll remind you about things you forget, and it'll really help in the long run.
Make friends with the people in your major. Those are the people you can text at like midnight when you're all doing homework, like, hey, I don't understand answer number 2. What's going on? Definitely make friends with the people in your major.
Good night.
I can't pick one certain one, but my top one is always go to the first orientation you can, just because you get to meet people sooner, you get to pick out your classes earlier, kind of get your plan started. Maybe meet your roommate for the first time. So go to your first orientation and then always keep your door open your freshman year just to meet somebody new.
My piece of advice would be to take time for yourself, kind of get used to being alone just because your schedule may not align so much with your friends. I kind of took that to heart a little bit. So, but honestly, like college does get challenging at times. So you will have to take that time to like be at peace with yourself, trying to find that motivation, try to de-stress in a way. So whatever method works best for you. But just get used to trying to be by yourself, take care of yourself. Self-care is very, very real. So utilize it in college.
So clearly we love this place. It's become home in various ways, and I'm so glad y'all got to hear from our students because they're not going to lie to you. They've been very honest and real with you. So I hope you've gotten some insight to some majors, even if it's not what you're interested in. I think you'll find a lot of commonalities in what they're saying in all majors here on campus. So absolutely, thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, just reach out to us on our website. We'd love to help you going forward.
All right. Thank you, ISU. Thank you so much. And thanks for joining us, participants. When you close this window, there's going to be a quick link, just a 4-question survey. We love and appreciate if any feedback you could provide to us. Also, this is just one of many sessions that are being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at moacac.org. In about a week, you'll also be able to find this session's recording as well as other sessions that have been recorded at the same link at moacac.org. And thank you, ISU, and thank you for providing us with such great information.